I couldn't get Ben Block's words out of my head.
And so what we're seeing is not so much a big change in the technology as refinements. People are finding the right lenses, the right camera systems.
Camera systems. I told Marge about Cameron's note. It took some time, but I assuaged her concerns about blowing our cover. And Marge decided it was a good time to get to the bottom of this camera systems thing.
A DP concentrates on what camera he's going to be using for the film. What we concentrate on is how are we going to use that imager and interpret it in a 3D fashion. And that can include digital solutions or editorial. It can include capture solutions, VFX solutions. So it's all kind of in that wrapper of 3D production.
Are there any different ways of thinking for an actor or for a director that's directing the actors?
For the actor, for the performance, it all is fairly simplistic. And then behind the scenes, if you will, a distance back, we are carrying on more functions than a 2D production.
Can you talk a little about the camera that you've developed to shoot and capture 3D?
I think a lot of people refer to it as a camera, but really what we did together with James Cameron was to kind of develop a platform for capture in 3D, which is a little bit different. But its hub, it is an 11-channel motion controller. So there's 11 channels of information being manipulated, if you will, whether that be zoom, focus, and iris, convergence controls, interocular controls. They all contribute to this synchronicity that needs to happen for good 3D palettes. So on the tech side, it really is kind of a motion capture device or a motion controller, so that the director is concentrated on performance, not so much concentrating on the DP or the 3D equation. The DP is concentrating on the lighting, and we give them one more visual cue, which is the 3D overlay.
What kind of equipment would you suggest that they rent or own or operate?
Yeah, it's a little difficult because one of the things about 3D.
3D. Difficult. What's so difficult? You just pop on a wide-angle lens and a telephoto lens and you're good to go.
Is that unlike a 2D camera where you could just put a wide-angle lens and a telephoto lens, it really is a different platform that you're on. It might be the same camera systems, but the configuration is a little different. For instance, if you're over the shoulder inside the car, capturing the actor driving and so forth, that technically would be a different rig than the one that you would have, capturing the rollover or something along those lines with the action. Again, there's not this one-stop shop in 3D, and so we try and support the production knowing that they might, in this sequence, need longer lensing, and in this sequence need more intimate camera systems. The infrastructure is already there, just we're adding on one more tool on their toolkit.
Do you have technical advisors or people that actually can be hired to go out with the crew as they're shooting, or people that you can call?
Yeah, we're kind of the jumping off platform. So we try and hold her hand in the beginning, and then pretty much it's like, Vince, go home, get away from me. I got it. You don't have to tell me again. Through the course of this experience, I found that when you give it into a creative person's hands and they can see the result, they're going to run in a really great direction. And he came up to me, he said, Vince, I want to try something. I just want to go from the camera and I want to go wham to her. And he did it. So that's the part I enjoy the most, is when people come in with a creative mind, a very professional work ethic, and they say, tell me what my parameters are, Vince, and let me go anywhere I want to go.
Marge said she was through asking questions, but Pace left her with one last tip.
Ask the questions. They come in with thinking that, I'm supposed to be a producer, I'm supposed to know my craft, and I think anything is back on the table in reference to 3D. How am I going to edit this? What's my editor going to think about this?
Better yet, what does the editor already know? And did he know Marge and I were just one step behind him? It was clear that this wasn't Pace's first knitting circle. And after our chat, Marge and me were pretty sure we were trimming the right tree. Here in Tinseltown.